Hi and welcome to The Winning Factor. I'm Alan Aitken, and on this show each week we take a look at some upcoming races in Hong Kong and look at an angle of the race we might look back on later as having been the path to finding the winner. Well, Saturday racing this week at Sha Tin, and the first race we're going to take a look at is race 5, where the winning factor is the map. And Brilliant Way has done very well in 2 starts so far without winning, and with Joe Moreira in the saddle, I'd say he's probably going to be our favourite again here. But I think there are other good chances in the race with General Winner and the lightweights, Pleclone and Chu Chow Brother primary amongst them. But I want to take a little detour here and talk about the performance of favourites in Hong Kong. And I read something many years ago that suggested the favourite, despite the fact some punters want to bet around them, is usually the best place to start looking for the winner of a race because they win about 1 in 3. And that figure is actually quite consistent around the world. Wherever you go racing, about 1 in 3 favourites win. And if we look at this graphic here in Hong Kong, it's around about 30%. Now, this is going back to September 2011, 30.5% in fact of the favourites have won. And you can see too that the horses which hold their own as profitable plays in the market, that is, meeting or exceeding the market expectations, tend to be the favourite or other runners under $11, while the long odds runners as a group underperform. It's something known around the world as the favourite long shot bias. Punters are attracted by longer odds, but it's the shorter odds that really gives them some bang for their buck. But in this race we're looking at on Saturday, I'm going to depart from that idea and find something to beat the favourites, and this is why. When you see this graphic, these are the performances of favourites this season, and I've broken them down month by month here in Hong Kong. And the first 6 months, all around that 30% figure. But have a look at March. We are in an absolute bull run for the favourites with around about a 50% strike rate right now for the outright market leader. And we never know when a run like that is going to start or finish, but it will finish at some stage, and that's why I'm going to play something to beat the more obvious favourites here, and they will be the favourites, and let's have a look at why. First of all, we have General Winner here, and he's in red and black. This is race 418, and we also have Pleclone in the race in black and white colours, and these two are easy to find as they drift back to the rear soon after the start of the race, going all the way back from wider gates, and that's where they stay for much of the race in a tempo that was sound but not especially fast or slow. Now once they get into the home straight, you'll see Pleclone and General Winner come out together to the middle of the track, and they charge home strongly but don't quite get there to beat On Point. Now for his part, Brilliant Way, as I said, he's placed both his starts as favourite, and I think he'll probably be favourite again here. And we're going to have a look at his latest offering. This is over 1,200 metres. He gets an extra 200 metres on Saturday, but he's the grey here in yellow with a red cap, and he's beaten for early speed, but this is quite a fast run, 1,200 metres in the early stages on February 27. Now he drifts back into midfield here, but he has a great tempo set up to run on, and he certainly looks the winner of the race as he emerges at the 200 metres, but the leader just keeps running. A Brilliant Way cuts back some of the margin, but he can't bridge the gap and has to settle for second. So that's 3 of the 4 horses I mentioned as chances in the race, and the other one is Chu Chow Brother, and we're going to have a look at his latest run, and for this we go back to a 1400 metre class 4 in January, and this is race 326. He's also a grey, and he's in red and green colours, and unlike the horses we've been looking at, he takes up a position here in a similar race where the pace was enough to give some help to the ones running on, and he's up with the lead, then takes the box seat where he stays throughout the race until the home straight, and we see Sha Brother then offers a bid against the leader in the run home and gets past the leader, but unfortunately is headed off by the run-on horses in the final 200 metres, but is the best of the leaders. So I think if you look at all four of the performances there from the horses we're talking about as chances, probably Sha Brother is the one that you would mark fourth pick, but he's the one who has got the map working for him on Saturday. And when we take a look at the map for this race, he's going to be up once again in a forward roll, perhaps with Infinity Win and Bebe Choi probably pushing forward from out wide, perhaps even to lead. But it does not look like a mad, crazy pace all the same. Now, General Winner has a better draw than in the start that we saw earlier, but he's still not a horse with great tactical speed. While Brilliant Way, he's up in distance, but he's also going out to the outside gate, and he'll again be giving away a start from what looks a tricky draw. Pleclone, well, he's been versatile. He's been ridden forward, he's been ridden back at other times. He's run well doing both, so he's a question mark, but he still has that double-figure draw to cope with. But the tip in race 5, Sha Brother. His winning factor, the map. Favourites have been on a rampage, and he faces some more promising horses than he is in this race, but I think the way it sets up, he can give them a run for their money, and that favourite run has to end sometime. The second race I want to take a look at from Saturday's program is race 10, and our winning factor here, the jockey. Now this is a class 3, a good standard race, but I think we can boil it down to three main chances. Master Montaro from the Hayes Yard dropping back in class and getting Zach Purton back on board. Joe Moreira's ride, the Golden Scenery, was an impressive last start winner, and the John Size Train Beauty Fit looked very good to the eye, winning his latest start in Class 3. So let's take a look at the Golden Scenery's latest win. This was a Class 2, like the race he is in here, and this is going back to race 357. He's in dark blue and red colours, and the Golden Scenery drifts back in the small field here, and he certainly isn't the happiest when the early pace is slow, throwing his head up in the air a couple of times. But as the field packs up rounding the home turn, Joe Moreira decides that it's time to go and starts his run around the field on the 4-year-old, rounds them up quickly, and then he puts his rivals to the sword in the straight, running clear in the strongest sectionals of the race. Well, he looked very smart indeed there, but for his dangers, I'm going to take a look back to a race in October where Master Montaro beat Beauty Fit in the same race, and this is race number 71. And in blue and white colours here, Master Montaro, you see him jumps very well for Purton. Now, we often see this horse get right back in the field, but he jumps well for Zach Purton here and is able to take up a forward position. Also in the race in black and pink is Beauty Fit, and he takes his usual place at the rear of the field. And something we do see with these top jockeys like Purton is getting horses to do something a little differently to the way they normally do them and making them successful with that move. And Master Montaro here has shown more speed than usual. When we get to the home straight, he dashes away. He gets a little bit tired late as Beauty Fit gets into second, but the race is well won. Now in Saturday's race, interestingly enough, these three have drawn barriers 1, 2 and 3 next to each other, but we've seen in those videos that they race in different parts of the field. Now, as I said, we often see Master Montaro get back a little bit, but for Purton, he's able to race closer and still race well, and that's going to be a bit of a difference here because from their inside draws, I'd expect Master Montaro to be in front of Golden Scenery and Golden Scenery to be in front of Beauty Fit. And I think that's critical to the outcome here. So the tip in race 10, Master Montaro. His winning factor, the jockey. I don't think there's a great deal between these horses in terms of their form, but Zach's ability to get this horse to race closer to the speed gives him a tactical edge over his two run-on rivals. Well, that's it from the winning factor this week. Good luck on Saturday. We'll see you next time.